All right, so you want to do start off with introduction?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Colby. I've been in the delayed entry program for about 8 months now. For the Air Force, started the process all the way back in May of last year, and I'm currently in DEP, leaving May 18th for 3D0X2 Cyber Systems Operations, and it's about the process so far. So I got experience with MEPS, Asvab, all that stuff.
All
So
right, so you already went through all that.
yep.
MEPS. How many times did you have to go to MEPS?
Oh boy, that was a process. So let's see, the first time I took it, the ASAP, because I split it up into 2 days to do the physical and all that. So the first time I took the ASVAB, then I went back to confirm the ASVAB, and then a third time to do the physical and all that. It's a total of 3 times so
Three
far, and then
times.
it'll be
Wow.
a fourth time when I actually go. So
Okay, cool. Oh, that's a experience. I remember when I went to MEPS. I think I may have gone maybe 3 times when I went,
mhm.
but this was like so long ago, so
Yeah.
I don't quite remember. But yeah, you know, just a little bit of information about myself. I am retired from the Air Force. My name is Master Sergeant Padua, but I go by Sargento's Story on my YouTube channel because this is pretty much about my life after the military. Things that I do after the military. But now I'm just a junior RTC instructor. So, and I think you said you were an RTC, correct?
Yes, JROTC.
Cool, cool.
Yep, it was a fun experience. Sad thing is they actually shut it down in my school senior
Oh
year,
no,
so
oh that's terrible.
for a lot of like financial reasons and all that.
What was
So,
your unit and unit number?
man, I could try to look it up here, see if I can remember it.
Well, what high school was it?
It was Clearfield High School.
Clearfield. Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate that headquarters shut down a few schools like that because
Yeah,
of
they had a lot of
cutbacks.
problems going through the years and all that.
We just had one of our local schools closed down last year also, and some of those students that still want to continue RTC in their senior year, we had to
Yeah,
teach them at our school online. So
yeah. So I don't remember the exact number. I'll try to find it. I'll
yeah,
text it to
it's
you
all
if you
right.
want. So
We got a whole list of all the high schools and their unit numbers. But you said Clearfield. Um,
Clearfield High School,
and
yeah.
is this in Utah? Are you
Yep.
in Utah? Okay, Utah. All right. Yeah, so that's what I'm basically doing now is RTC, and I just want to get perspective from young adults like yourself, getting ready to go into the military,
Right.
so that way you can provide more recent stories or experiences of what's going on.
Mm.
Because especially during the COVID pandemic time, I'm sure it's going to be totally different.
Right, yeah.
So, what do they tell you about that, like procedural wise,
At MEPS and stuff, or just in general?
in general? Once you get
Y-
there, are you guys going to have to be quarantined or?
Yeah, so there's a 2 week, they call it like ROM, like restricted of something movement. But basically, there won't be much like movement the first 2 weeks. You just kind of like stay in your dorm, focus on drill and all that stuff. So after that, I believe they'll like test you for COVID, like the second
Mhm.
weekend, then again the fourth week. And then, of course, there's the mask wearing and all that. So, and then, of course, shortening it to 7.5 weeks instead of 8, I believe. So, it's definitely going to be interesting experience nonetheless. But yeah, it's probably not as much information out there, as there would be like without COVID. But
Yeah.
it's kind of a rundown.
Now, are they still doing like Beast Week out there in
I
boot camp?
believe so. Yeah, I think they've shortened that as well to just a couple days. So,
All right.
and I've heard the gas chamber, they've actually stopped doing that as well.
Oh,
I'm
is
not
that right?
100% sure on that. So,
Speaking of gas chamber, it's like that's one of the things that I didn't get to experience when I went to boot camp because the year that I went to boot camp, the gas chamber was out of service, and
oh,
then
really?
the following week, it it was starting to run again. So I didn't get to experience that. So I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm kind of lucky or unlucky, because in a way I kind of want to experience.
Yeah, like the way you want to experience
it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh man, that's terrible. But at that time, I was kind of happy because I've seen and I heard horror stories about the gas chamber. But yeah, when I look back about it, it's like I kind of wish I experienced it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool. So are you excited to get ready to ship out?
Definitely, yeah. It's something that I've always wanted to do. So
all right.
I think it's about 50 days from shipping out from today. So
yeah,
really excited to get into that.
Since you said you were an RTC, you started as a freshman, is that right?
Sophomore.
Sophomore? Okay, sophomore, then junior year.
Junior, senior, yeah.
Okay, and I'm sure by joining RTC, I'm sure it helped you out a bit, right?
Yeah, for sure, a lot, yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I try to, encourage high school students that are not in RTC. You wouldn't believe how many high school students go into the military and not join RTC.
Yeah, that's the thing I really didn't understand too, because I kind of talked about that my ROTC as well. Like, it's not very much. And then we had a bunch in ROTC that actually ended up joining, but they joined like other branches and all that. So but in the end they did 3 years. So I don't know.
And that's what that's what I said is like the benefits. If you think about joining the military, this program would definitely help you out, because for one, it's going to give you automatic promotion to Airman First Class, right? So you're going to get that 2 stripes after you graduate boot camp. And that's one of the things that I didn't get to do is RTC when I was in high school. So when I graduated boot camp, I didn't have any stripes. And when I saw other people with stripes, I'm like, how'd you get those stripes? That's so cool. But, but for sure, you definitely get to learn, especially learning the Airman's Creed, how to do right step or right face, left face. And you'd be less stressed because you don't have to work. You already know all that stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot that, of course, I'm probably still going to go over it, BMT and all that, but it's better to just kind of know that before even going in, so. Yeah,
definitely. So what made you, since you said, you had cadets that joined RTC and joined other branches of service, what made you choose the Air Force?
Well, the biggest reason would be the 3 years, obviously, for the rank increase and all that. But basically just really the career fields they had, I was really interested in, especially the cyber stuff and all that. I don't know, it's just something about it just really interested me. So, and if I wouldn't have taken the ROTC class, I probably wouldn't have joined. So really helped me out there.
So you don't have any family that's in the military?
Family was prior military, the Navy.
Okay.
And I did look into the Navy, but I was more interested in the Air Force. So.
Okay. And I'm not saying it just because I was in it, but the Air Force is the best branch of service. So,
everyone that was in ROTC with me that went in the military went into Marine Corps actually. So I'm the only one I'm pretty sure that actually went Air Force. So have to represent that.
That's awesome, because a lot of my students are former cadets. And, I try to encourage them to go into the Air Force because the quality of life is better. You get to travel more, but they end up going into the Marines, which is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, like nothing against that, right?
But it's just, I always tell them that my life in the Air Force was great. I had a lot of fun times in the Air Force. So, but yeah, all right, cool. So, you're doing 3DOX2, is that right?
Yep.
3DOX2. So you're pretty much going to be working behind the computer all the time, and is this kind of like network security type job, or building computers?
Like cyber security, just making sure like systems are up and running, make sure no one gets their hands on sensitive information and all that. Okay. So it's basically like basic cyber security work, but just in the Air Force. So
nice. And do you plan to do 1 enlistment, 2 enlistments, or for the long haul?
So have 4 years signed up, so I'm gonna just go through that, see how that goes, and then maybe re-enlist after that. I'm hoping to get like all my certifications and education, all that. Hopefully, make more money. Hopefully on the outside. So
yeah, definitely. And that's what I've always told students. Like, military isn't for everyone,
right.
but at least try it out. Do one enlistment. Go for the shorter enlistment. So in case you don't like it, you're not stuck for another 2
not
years.
Stuck there doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. So do at least 4 years. There's a lot of benefits to it. You get your veteran status. You get VA home loans or VA small business loans. You get experience. You get all the free education, certifications, just like what you had talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So the Air Force will pay for all that stuff, right? So you're gonna make a lot more money once you get out, for sure. So if you do one enlistment and you work for a high-tech company, yeah, you're definitely gonna make a lot more money.
Yep.
But yeah, that's great. That's one of the things. Did you get a bonus when you signed up?
I didn't actually. No, there wasn't any for
really?
Intel and stuff. I think the ones they have right now are for like mechanical, like maintenance and all that. So
okay. Because I remember 20-something years ago, they were doing like a $60,000 bonus for people working with computers, like 3D. I think it was 3D something, right? Kind of like in the same AFSC field as yours. And I was like, 60,000 sign-on bonus. I'm like, that's just crazy. Yeah. And it's like, I was so jealous because when I signed up, there was no bonus for my career field. And I did material management, 2SO X1. So basically supply. So that was my career field for like 14 years. And then I did honor guard for like the last 6 years of my 20-year career. So that was a pretty cool job doing the special duty with funerals.
Yeah.
Cool. So are you ready for the fitness?
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm not too worried about actually is the PT. Been practicing a lot on that every week. So, because of course I'm in this Facebook group that's like basic training info and all that.
Yeah.
And everyone says like no one's prepared for the PT because they don't even practice beforehand.
Yeah.
So not too relatively worried about that. So.
Are you a runner? Do you like to run?
Yeah, I'm a runner. So.
Okay, that's good. So this is easy for you.
Yeah. So yeah.
Once you graduate BT or BMT and you go to tech school, do you know your tech school location and how long is your tech school?
Yes, it'll be at Keesler Air Force Base, and it's about 2 months long. So
2 months.
About the same time as BMT.
And did your recruiter tell you when you get to select your bases? Is that in tech school or do you do that?
That's in tech school, and he said it's about like halfway when you're through there, so you get to put down the jobs or bases. Sorry.
Is there any particular bases you'd like to go to?
There's a lot. I'm hoping to get Europe, anywhere in Europe, really.
Yeah, I think that's the best place to go to is overseas.
Just to see something different. So
yeah. So I've never been stationed in Europe. I've been TDY there, temporary duty, to like Germany, Italy, and Greece. But actually living there, I didn't have a chance. I was mainly in PACAF Pacific area, like Japan, and I loved it out there. It's pretty cool. You get to travel, see the different cultures, which you get to if you get Europe, is experience the different cultures, and you get to travel everywhere.
Yeah, it's true.
Take a drive for the weekend, to like Germany or Italy or Spain. So that'd be awesome. What are your hobbies, by the way? What do you like to do besides, you like to run, but what else do you like to do to stay busy?
Right now, so I just basically quit my job, so I have a lot of free time in my hands. I like to go biking, a lot of stuff outside, hiking, all that stuff. So hoping to get a base that has a lot of like, outdoor activities and all that.
Yeah.
I like to play video games. That's a big thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to get into video games.
Yeah, I saw you got the Switch the other day, so
Yeah, I'm trying to get
yeah,
into it. So because my cadets always talk about video games, I'm like, look, I'll try. I'll try it out.
yeah,
Maybe
yep,
I might start a streaming channel. I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. All right, so uh, how's your family think about this? You joining the military?
Good. They're all for it. Yeah, they're really happy. Of course, they were prior military, so they kind of like persuaded me in that direction, you know.
Okay,
So yeah, all for it. So really excited,
nice.
really happy.
Yeah, when I was a teenager, I didn't tell anybody that I was joining. I didn't
Yeah,
tell my family, my parents, nobody, because at that point, there's gonna be a point in your life that you say, you know what, I just gotta make a difference. I
right,
gotta do something different. And I was working like hourly jobs, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. So
right.
I
Yeah,
went ahead and just signed up for the military on my own. Didn't tell anybody, and I had to call one of my best friends to pick me up from Seattle, because that's where the MEP station was at. And he had asked me, he's like, what are you doing down there? I was like, just come pick me up, I'll explain. So I told him, as soon as he picked me up, I said, look, man, I just signed up for the Air Force. And everybody was surprised, because again,
yeah,
they didn't know what was going on. They're like all scared, why did you sign up for the military, blah blah blah. But I was pretty much born into the military, because my dad, he's retired Air Force too. But I was trying to stay away from the military
yeah,
career field. But I'm there's no regrets. I'm really glad that I actually did what I did, because 20 something years later,
yep,
I'm here now teaching young students to become good leaders. So
right.
what did you have to do to prepare for your Asvab?
Oh, that was a really big struggle for me actually. Biggest regret is probably not passing it in high school, because I did take it twice, but both times I really didn't study for it and didn't even know what was on it. So
Yeah.
um, I actually got a hold of someone that kind of like teaches like ASVAB stuff online. I think I paid like $50 or something. It was kind of like a class, because the first time I took it at MEPS, I failed it. And so I went back and after reviewing that guy's notes and stuff, basically like on the, four main sections, the math and the English words and all that. So I went back to MEPS and then eventually passed it. And right before I submitted it, their systems actually went down.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go back and confirm that, it was actually me that took the test. So I have the exact scores here. I can see what I got. So I raised my score about 30, I think, after going through his class. So yes, the first time I got a 28 AFQT, and then after with that class I got a 60 with that.
Wow, that's a big
So
increase.
really big increase, yeah.
That's huge.
So I really opened up a lot of jobs and whatnot. So
Yeah, definitely. Especially the computer career field. That is a really, really great experience and great skill to have.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially
So
with what we have to deal with technology all the time. So
yeah, my biggest advice would just be try to take it in high school if you can, because that would definitely speeded the process up for me a lot. So
yeah.
Yep.
So that's good that you brought that up, because at my school, all sophomores are mandatory. I guess they're required or mandatory to take the ASVAB.
Oh, really?
Again, it's just just to let sophomores know where their strengths are in the career field, or
Right.
they'll try to line them up with a career field in the civilian sector, or if they want to go in the military, they'll know what career field they can excel in. But
Right.
once you're a junior and senior, you have the option, if you do decide to join the military, then yeah, you definitely can take the ASVAB while in high school. But yeah, so all sophomores, they're required to take all the tests.
Really, yeah.
So it opens their eyes up, and hopefully it gives them that drive to look, I need to study more.
Right. Yeah.
Because I think I failed the first time too when I went in, or when I took the Asvab 20 some years ago. So and I was able to retake it as well. But with my experience, I think I may have almost didn't make it the second time around. But a week later, my recruiter calls me up and said, hey, you made it. They kind of like lowered the score, the minimum score. I was like, what? I think I made it by 2 points. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So, I got in and here I am.
Did the 20 years, did it feel like it went by fast for you?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's what I always tell students, life just goes by fast. As soon as you turn a certain age, because are you 18 or?
I'm 18, yeah.
All right. Yeah, it goes downhill from there.
Yeah.
Once you turn 18, life just goes on by so fast that you're like, hold on, what happened to the slow years when I was in high school? Life just seemed like it never came around.
Yeah.
But yeah, 20 years went by quick. Like I said, I had a great time in the Air Force. And if you get stationed overseas, it's kind of like your life, your chapter in life will be kind of like in chapters in a sense, because if you get stationed overseas, you can be stationed, let's just say in Germany. All right, I'm gonna be in Germany for 4 years. And then my new chapter in life, I'll probably be stationed in Spain or in Japan for 4 years. So it's like broken into chapters in a sense. So like I said, your time in the Air Force will go by quick. The 4 years that you joined or you signed up for, I'm telling you, it will go by quick.
Yeah.
And get all the education and certifications that you can at first enlistment. So if you're able to take college courses, definitely take advantage. Don't wait 10 years. That's the mistake I did. Actually, I waited like 16 years to actually get my bachelor's degree, because you just have so much fun, and you kind of forget some of the priorities that you should put on the table for your life, for future for your future. So
definitely.
Whatever base that you get, let's just say if it's a horrible base, it's what you make of it. So I know there's a lot of people that get stationed at Minot, North Dakota.
I hear a lot of bad from that one.
Yeah. So if you get that, just take it all in. Especially you said you like doing outdoorsy stuff.
For sure. So
you get a lot of snow out there. You get to go to the woods and just keep yourself busy, and you'll enjoy that base. I don't think I had a base that I did not enjoy. Every base that I was stationed at, I enjoyed it because I made something of it. I made it fun for me.
Right.
So I just don't want you getting into that attitude or mentality. Oh, I hate this base, this and that. And then your next 4 years, it's going to be dragging. It's going to be horrible. So always try to stay positive about it.
How long you been teaching ROTC?
Since 2016. I pretty much went from active duty Air Force straight into to the ROTC program. Okay. So I didn't have a gap of unemployment, I guess, so I kind of just went from one job to another, and transition was very smooth, So, and I love the job because, I still get to wear the uniform. Right. And I get to teach students about the military and pretty much life skills stuff. And what kind of surprised me when I first started this job is that I thought that cadets that are in ROTC, I thought majority of them would join the military. Right, and then they don't. So. No, believe it or not, it's like every school year, like the seniors or that graduate, maybe one person joins the military. Right. And I'm like, what? I was really shocked about that. But again, they join the program because the camaraderie, the teamwork, the fun things that we do, the life skills that they can learn, so those are things that that they want to learn from this program.
Right.
That's cool. But yeah, I'm really excited for you, man.
Yeah, I'm really excited to start the whole journey and all that, and document it, of course. So
Yeah. See, this is a perfect time for you to, like you said, document these things. And
yep.
I kind of wish I did the same thing, but obviously we didn't have this technology.
Right. Yeah.
So, we just had the old-fashioned camera, the wind-up camera. But I should have wrote a journal or something, so keep track of that. But I can kind of still try to remember, a few things. Cool. So one thing too, I'm sure your recruiter told you this, before you go to your ship out date, to stay clean, stay out of trouble, don't do anything wrong,
don't leave the house very much.
Yeah, it's because for one, you don't want to get sick, and then
True,
you don't want to get in trouble by the law. Because again, I almost didn't go in because I had a speeding ticket.
Oh, really?
And yeah, my recruiter says, no, you got to pay that before you go, because if you don't, you can't leave for your ship out date. And I was like, oh man. So, and it was like crazy timing because it was like getting close for me to ship out. And yeah, so I was able to pay it though.
That's good. Yeah, they'll find anything just to get you disqualified from not joining. So
yeah. So you said you already made a video on MEPS?
Yeah, I have a bunch of videos, whole playlist about Asvab, the physical and MEPS, all that. So
yeah, because if I have, I can forward all those videos to my students, and if they got questions about the MEPS experience and all that. And yeah, so because I know it's very nerve-wracking and nervous, right? I mean, when you're down
there really isn't a lot of info on it that much from what I saw. So yeah, it's really like your first kind of taste of like the military, like what would be at BMT, I guess. So
yeah, because I remember going through MEPS, they had to do all the physical, the blood work, and urine samples that you have to provide. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So those are fun times. I mean, it was a long day too. It can get
mine was about like 13 hours long. So it was
13 hours. That's cool. All right. So yeah, definitely stay out of trouble, before your ship out date. And you're shipping out May 18th, is that right?
Yep.
Cool.
May 18th.
You already have your bags packed and ready to go, or?
Almost, yeah. When it gets closer, I'll have like every last little thing in there. But for the majority, I have it mostly packed.
You're only gonna bring one bag, right?
Yeah, it's one little duffel bag.
Yeah, I heard a couple of stories that some people brought 2 bags, like suitcases. I'm like, no,
suitcase.
Don't do that.
All that around,
Wow, that's cool. I kind of wish I, hopefully one day I'll be able to make a trip back down to San Antonio and kind of just check out, Lackland Air Force Base again. And, gain that experience of, boot camp in a sense. But, because I haven't been there since 96. It's been a long time. That was my last time there.
Wow, yeah.
I'd like to go back one day. So that's cool. All right, cool. Appreciate all this information you gave me. So definitely, like I said, I definitely want to show this to my cadets so that way they can gain perspective from, a person that's getting ready to go into the Air Force or the military. But definitely record, document everything else, your journey. I'd love to see your YouTube video as like you're getting onto the bus or the airplane to go to boot camp and all that stuff.
I plan to make once I get to tech school a bunch of like BMT kind of stuff too as well.
Definitely.
So
cool.
Yep.
All right, so it's already 9 o'clock. I got to get ready to go to work here in a bit. So we got students that's getting ready to go to school here at about 9:30, and I got to be ready for them. So yeah, if you got any other questions for me, or any other collaboration that you want to do in the future, just let me know, and I can definitely answer any questions that you have concerning the Air Force itself while you're in. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Colby. Colby is your first name, right? Colby?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool. Definitely. We'll keep in touch, and
Yeah, for sure.
I'll make sure to let you know, and I'll even write you when you're in boot camp if you want. Keep
Yeah, sure, man.
positive out there, man. Because that's always the best thing, is receiving letters in boot camp.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'll definitely write you. So.
Yep.
All right. So appreciate this Zoom collaboration, and hopefully we can collaborate more and talk about your experience after tech school and after boot camp and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, man.
All right,
So
man.
have a great day.